everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to be doing some scroll and scribble. Scroll and scribble is like the perfect way to stop endlessly scrolling and just start scribbling in your sketchbook. In my opinion, if you want to get better at drawing, doesn't matter what you draw, you just got to practice drawing something. So we're going to practice drawing lots of different things today, and we're not going to worry about what it is. So get your stuff. Today I'm going to be using Caran Neocolor IIs and Stabilo Woodys. I will be throwing up the pictures right over here, so if you want to follow along with what I end up scrolling, you can do that. But otherwise, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Let's just go. All right, here we are, and I'm going to put my cursor right up here at the top, and whatever lands there first is what we will do. So I'm going to scroll and stop. Cute little blue bird. All right, I'm happy I got a bird to start with. Birds are definitely in my comfort zone. Let's put them like right here, I think. I'm really trying to work on being able to sketch loosely. I just kind of like the look of loose sketches. They're also just less pressure for it to be perfect. Also, when you start out really loose like this, you can go back and kind of refine everything, you know, make it a little bit more crisp if you want to, you know. There's no rules today, just, you know, get moving, get doing it, and don't forget to have a good time, you know. It's not that serious. It's better to create a scribbly mess than nothing at all. The more you do, the better you'll get at it. I think I definitely jacked up his face a little bit. And look, just like that, we're just about done with this guy. Gotta make sure I get his bird feet in here though. And let's put him on his stick. Oh, I didn't even do his belly. Okay, someone remind me of that. So the stick is kind of going... belly. I was almost like, yeah, he's done. He has no belly. Kind of got a pot belly now. I think it goes down like that. I think his face is a little bit there. A little bit more orange here. Some light blue highlights. I think I'm gonna fix his head shape a little bit. I think his head shape is a little small for his big old belly that I just gave him. Make it a little darker around his eye because his eye kind of blends in like that. How's that? I think that looks better. Yeah. His like overall body shape is better, I think. All right, that was a pretty quick one. I'm feeling nice and loose sketchy today, which is really good. I really wanted to, you know, sometimes you want to loosen up and then you start drawing and you're just not. You're just not. But I'm feeling it today. I don't know if any of you can tell, but I think his wing's a little broken and it kind of goes meh, meh. Oh, it does that in the picture. Okay, good. I think I'm gonna add a little bit to his eyeball. And then, oh, and I gotta put his feet. What am I doing? let me put his feet in here before I forget again. Kind of come down like that, and this one goes around like that. Can't really see his other leg, but you can see his little claws coming around. Let me make this a little thicker. Now it looks like he's actually on a stick and not like a piece of straw. Nice. What do you think about it? I can't really see his eyeball anymore, so let me see if I can fix that. Eyeball shine stand out a little bit. Oh, but not too much. Not too much. Hang on. There we go. It's like I'm getting a little lost in the details over here, but I think it's because I'm having a lot of fun with this scribbly bird. Just kind of wanted to cover up a little bit more of this white space. I think I like that better. There we go. Not too bad. He's definitely still got a bit of a pot belly, but that's okay. Who doesn't love a big chubby bird? Maybe I'll bring it up this way so it's not so down here. Use our artistic license. I don't know why I'm holding it. I'm like holding this up and sketching at the same time. I think that's good. I like it. I brought this part up a little bit too high. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually like cover it up with this. Okay. I know y'all are probably like, what are you doing? You're ruining it. No, don't do it. But you'll see. It's gonna make more sense, I think. And it's just gonna make me feel a little bit better. All right, I'm gonna stop. Scroll and Scribble number 1, done in the books. And I like it. I like it a lot. Let's scroll again, see what we're gonna get. All right, we are back up at the top. And I'm gonna put my cursor on this side this time. And we're gonna scroll. And scroll. And stop. Yes, I love a crab. This is exactly what I needed today. People are mowing their grass, being loud about it, and I could care less right now because I got a bird and I'm about to sketch out a crab and they're my favorite colors. This is just starting to be a really good scroll and scribble session. I think I want to have him like really big. Maybe I should angle him a little bit. Yeah, let's do that. And then his little feet. Oh my gosh, look at his little back feet. There's the bottom of him and he kind of comes out like that. And like that. Oh no, I made him way too big because his claws. Maybe I'll shrink him just a little bit. Oh, well, he's got little spikies, so maybe I can bring him in a little bit and it won't be, he won't be that big. I don't know, he's probably gonna be pretty big. So, look, he's got very spiky stuff. Kind of connect them like that. We'll color him in a little bit with this green. All right, now he's got like abs on the top of his shell. So give him some back abs. Some little weird lines that come out the sides. So just some grooviness, you know? And then his eyeballs are like here and here. All right, I think that's kind of the gist, right? It's kind of fun drawing his muscly shapes. I think that's enough. I think that's good. All right. So we're learning when to stop. Just like somewhere right around now. Here we go. Time for the legs. All right. To do the legs, we're gonna work on our shape building. Okay. So we got a little triangle on both sides. And then that is connected by another triangle, and then a square, and then a little half circle. Pie. This weird shape that's just gonna come down and around almost like a heart. Like that. And this one might go off the page a bit. We'll bring it back onto the page with something like that. Something like that. Kind of the same thing up here. Only we got a really long rectangle. I think there's another segment that's kind of like that. Because again, it kind of goes off the page. So we'll have it go off the page a bit. We got a little bloop right there. Another bloop. And then it comes up, over, and it sharps down like that. Another little triangle on the end. Let's do the big one here. That way we can put that one evenly in the middle. And then this one kind of looks like macaroni. And then this part, I'm just gonna do the green part. So we'll do that like that. And then I'll come back with some blue and do the claws. And now we can put this safely in the middle. A little bloop. And one, and very nice. Sharp points here. I mean, he's really huge. I didn't mean to make him this big. I don't know. Right now I'm kind of glad he's this big because I think he looks pretty cool. turquoisey color. Okay, I don't know why I'm whispering. Loving it so far. I can't forget to go back and add like little pink dots in between the joints, but I'm kind of having fun doing all the shadows at the moment. Beautiful, I love it. All right, let's get this claw going. Right here is where the little jiggy-jagged part comes out. So it kind of goes up like that, and then it kind of curves that way a little bit. I'll curve this one around to meet it. Bring it back. Okay. Very nice, very nice. Now we got a little pink dot right here. Another one right here. Maybe I should have done the dots a little bit darker. Oh, and this guy's got like specks of pink on his little spikes. I'm gonna just go around the dots a little. Oh, that was a lot. Maybe not so much. Maybe just a tad. Maybe just a little baby dot. All right, I think that's good. I think that's pretty good. Darkness in here just to kind of make this stand out a little bit more. I could probably sit here forever and add shadows. All right, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I promise I'm done. Do I promise I'm done? I think I'm done. Here he is. Nice and close for you. I love his little back grooves. And I love the colors. These are like my kind of colors right here. He's super huge. I kind of meant to make him this big, not that big. You know, he kind of grew, but that's okay because you know, we're gonna scroll again, and we're definitely gonna be able to put something over here, maybe something here, or like, I don't know. I'll have to figure out the placement depending on what we get. Let's see what we get next. We're back up at the top. I'm gonna put my cursor right here and scroll. And stop. Some acorns. Limited options for the acorns. I think I'm gonna have to put it here because I feel like putting it here might look a little inappropriate. Okay, so we're gonna put it here. Here's one acorn. Here's the other acorn. This is a nice easy one to get. Nice break from trying to do animals. All right, I don't really have a good tan color, so I'm gonna use bronze and see what that looks like. It might be a bit dark, but actually I think it's probably the right color, so that's good. Acorns have kind of like a diamond shape, so we'll kind of do like something like that. Have it kind of go back the opposite way. Like that. Now for the leaves. All these greens, and I don't have a very good leafy green color. Grass green, maybe? I think I'm gonna do the middle part first, that way. The other one kind of goes that way. Then we can make our kind of weird leaf shape. And it's got some weird kind of stuff like that. Behind this one, it's got one's coming off this way, this way. See, it's just, there's just not really the right kind of green. Of course, I'm sure if I if I added water and blended them, I might could get a closer leaf color. But this is gonna have to do close enough. I think I just kind of want to maybe outline the center part a little bit. There we go. It's a little bit shiny because of the bronze tops. So that's kind of cool. I think it fits in really nice. Now I'm a little nervous because I want to scroll at least one more time. It'll either be a huge background behind all three of them, or maybe something here. Hopefully I can fit it in here. So let's see what we're gonna get. I'm gonna put my cursor right down here. And let's find out what we're gonna get. Scroll, scroll, scroll. And, oh my gosh, I'm nervous. And, stop. Oh, okay, this might be a blessing in disguise. The color's definitely gonna pop nice behind this. It's gonna be real challenging because of all his legs, but I was thinking about putting like one flower here, one flower here. See what I can do with it. I don't think I'm gonna do like the entire plant. I think that'll probably be the easiest way to do it. We're gonna need some oranges. So like I want the center of the bottom one to be here. We'll kind of lose the bottom petal, but I think you'll get the most of the flower, so it's not completely behind him. That, and then this one goes out and like curls and go that way. And then I'm gonna go ahead and do the second one, and I think I want the middle maybe right here so that this one can kind of curl around like that. This one curls straight up. Kind of made this one come up a little bit, but that's okay. Around like that. Okay. Very, very nerve-wracking for sure. All right, let's make this a little darker in the middle. Here's the first petal. Comes out like that. Goes that way. And then we'll do this one because it's on top of that one. Out like that, and then it kind of goes out like that. This one is overlapping. One's overlapping. I don't know why I'm whispering. I keep whispering. Oh, I think this is gonna be cute. I couldn't have gotten a better picture to try to put behind this thing. I was really worried. Oh man. I was really worried I was gonna get something impossible. I kind of wanted to add a little bit of a peachy color, I think. Oh no! Well, that's what happens when you don't clean off the end of your Neocolor. I guess it'll just kind of be shadows, huh? Now I need to add the little doohickeys. Not sure what they're called, but the little pollen things. Be a bit random with them. And then there's like some little spots. So let's just give it some freckles. This middle part a little bit more shadowy. Not sure if this will show up, but maybe. Yeah, it shows up a little bit. I might even give those a tiny shadow, just to kind of emphasize it. All right, there's the middle. This one kind of comes out like that. Comes around and has a little wiggly bit like that. We'll do the little tip. Give it more of a 3D look with the little tip hanging out. Curves the back a little bit. This one's pretty big. Maybe that's too big? I don't know. Be a little bit like that. Just to kind of match the shape a little better. Okay. How's that? I think this leaf is a bit small, but I think it'll be all right. This is actually really nice to draw behind something because, you know, flowers are so like weird and misshapen anyway. So as long as the petal connects somewhere, it actually probably looks, it's probably easier to draw because you can kind of, I don't know, maybe not, maybe that's just me, but it feels like you can be a little bit more messy because it's behind. I mean, this petal right here doesn't really make a lot of sense because it's so small, but I think because it's behind everything, you know, you kind of forget about it easier than if it was like just in the middle of the page. Does that make sense? All right, this is almost done for sure. And can't forget the freckles. All right. Emphasize some of these shadows a little bit better. This is a good one. I really like this one a lot. All right, what do we think of that? I like that a lot. Adding a little bit of darkness, just a little touch-ups. I think this is done. What do you think? I think I do. I wish it was a little bit more orange, but it might just be because I'm staring at it too closely. Sometimes you stare too close and then it's like, oh, I can see all the peach. But then when you step back a bit, you can see a lot more of the orange. So. All right, I need to stop. There we go. I'm super happy with it. I need to darken this part a little bit so that his foot doesn't get lost. Because I like his feet way too much for them to get lost. There, that's better, right? That was a really fun one to get. I'm so glad it wasn't like a house or you know, another animal. It would have been really hard to put an animal behind the crab. And it almost makes sense, right? The bird in the woods, and then you got the crab, and I wish this was like one of those Hawaiian flowers. Close enough, you kind of get that Hawaiian vibe going on. You know, it definitely made everything else challenging doing the crab this big, but I'm so glad I did it this big. They're just so fun to sketch. And I really love the crab so much. And the flower behind it really pops. The last time I got a crab, I ended up doing like a field. There was like a house and a field of sunflowers. And I took it all the way down to meet the crab. And then I kind of lost the crab's eyeballs in all the green. So this actually worked out really well. I love this bird a lot. A little sad that I didn't get to do the other legs behind since I did the blue background. But at the same time, he kind of, I needed to correct him anyway and reshape his belly with the blue. So yeah, what a fun scroll and scribble. I love doing this. I'm so glad that y'all are enjoying the scroll and scribbles also. There's just something about a bunch of random stuff on the page that just makes you want to keep going. I think that's part of the charm of scroll and scribble. Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed this scroll and scribble. Thank you everyone who left me a like. It really helps out the channel a lot. Helps get my video pushed out to other people who might want to scroll and scribble today. And thank you to all my subscribers, whether you just subscribed today or you've been here since the start. Thank you so much for being here. And yeah, I'll see y'all next time.